What is up? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the stream, and we are back again with another episode of those Colorado Rockies rebuild. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I sure did, although I am paying the price right now with pretty bad sunburn all over my body. So I guess that's what happens when you put a very pale northerner in South Florida. That's just the result that you get. But if I'm being a little bit quiet, I do apologize. My girlfriend is sleeping in the other room, so I'm trying not to wake her up. But wanted to get this episode out for you. I was contemplating going back and forth whether or not I wanted to sim. Well, first let me show you guys. It looks like we are going to make the playoffs. We have currently a 8-game lead on the Marlins for the second wild card spot. So it looks like we should be able to make the playoffs, no problem whatsoever. And because of that, I was contemplating whether or not I want to do simulate into the playoffs and then play wild card game, or if I just want to simulate and go all the way through. And I decided to just go all the way through because honestly, I was not expecting to compete this early. And I'm really happy with how the team has performed this year. I'm more excited to kind of do what I can do in this offseason to turn this team into a World Series contender, from a wild card team to World Series contender, and that's going to be really what I want. So I kind of want to get to next year, and then we'll play some games in the playoffs next year, assuming that we make it. But yeah, so we'll go from there. Again, this is the end of the minor league season, and I want to take you through some of the guys and how they performed on our roster. So, guys, I want to point out Austin Martin, who we got from the Toronto Blue Jays, did not hit for a very good average. Power numbers were pretty good, though. However, I did knock him down one potential because of the struggling with the on-base percentage and the batting average, although his walk rate's pretty decent for that on-base percentage to be 100 points higher than his average. So just because he can't hit for good average, I knocked him down. Dave Perry got moved up to AAA. However, his struggles at both Double and AAA made me knock him down one potential. Zach Veen also struggled both at AAA and Double-A. This is just his AAA from the last month. Those numbers there, I knocked him down one potential. Really kind of frustrated to see his struggles at the dish. Didn't really grow a lot in those contact and power numbers this year, and that kind of is a little bit frustrating. Taylor Jones, who we sent down earlier in the year, this will be his last year with us. We thought we could get some pretty good power numbers out of him, pretty good batting numbers in general out of him against lefties, and he did okay in 2 seasons with us, but never really turned out to be, actually more than 2 seasons. He's been here for all 3 seasons for us, and you see a decent year in 2022, but really didn't quite come together as we had hoped. He's going to be 30 next year. So Franklin Barreto, he had a pretty good year at AAA, but he struggled in the majors. We might consider bringing him back next year. One of my favorite prospects in the system, Julio Carreras, did not make the transition well to AAA, but he's only 23 years old. Kind of holding steady at his potential because he did so well at AA. Again, both of our catchers, Willie McIver and Gabriel Moreno, both seriously struggle with the bat. It's sink or swim time next year for Gabriel Moreno because he is out of minor league options. I may even look to trade him this offseason. I'm not quite sure yet. Or I may just throw him into the fire and hope for the best next year. Brenton Doyle also lost potential because he did not perform very well either. Monte Harrison, he is not going to be back with us this year. Just thought we could get something out of him being a former top prospect, but he didn't quite perform well either. Travis Blankenhorn, I did knock him down more potential, and he's not going to be back for us next year. He started off the AAA season very hot. He was hitting like 350, but he just absolutely torpedoed the second half of the season. And it's very disappointing. We thought we'd be getting a pretty good piece when we traded Trevor Story to the Twins. Turns out he's just not quite worth it. Michael Hermosillo, he will not be back either. He had a pretty good 2022 season with us. However, didn't quite do anything in the majors this year or at AAA, so we are going to move on from him. Down at AA, Reese Hines seriously picked it up as the season progressed, really picked up those average numbers. Like to see those power numbers pick it up a little bit, but overall, we know we're getting good defense out of him, so it was promising to see the offense be what it was. Michael Taglia did lose some potential because those power numbers were okay. However, he didn't quite pan out. This is another, again, 23 years old, and he was still struggling at AA. Had a lot of promise for him being a future first baseman, but it's really up in the air if he's ever going to make it to the majors at this point. We pushed some of our some of our draft picks from last year into Double A. Richie Baez, who struggled a little bit. I'm not going to touch his potential at all. He's only 18 years old, so he's really kind of ahead of the game already in development. We still got to do a little bit more on those vision and discipline as well as those contact numbers, but the power numbers are there as well as the top flight defense. Ronnie Mauricio we sent down to Double A because he had been struggling at Triple A when we acquired him from the Mets, and he really succeeded. Picked up the bat, got his confidence going. Only 20 years old, so we'll see what he can do at Triple A next year when he is 21. Drew Romo, who I am very happy with, he played pretty well. Good defender, really strong arm. So to get those batting numbers out of him, only 21 years old, we'd like to see it. This is a guy who could profile as a pretty good backup catcher. We drafted that #1 overall catcher who's going to be a stud in the near future. So we will go with Drew Romo or use him as trade bait. So I am pretty happy with him. Freddie Marshall just didn't quite perform well. One of our draft picks from last year, I think he was a second-round pick or something like that. And then Buddy Ashley, 19-year-old shortstop that we picked last year, we pushed him to AAA. Power numbers are non-existent, basically, with that slugging being so close to his average. But the average is there, so not too bad. Happy to see him get a little bit of playing time at AA. And then some of the other guys, Vladimir Ramirez did not perform well at AAA. I can't show you his numbers, but we sent him back to single A eventually. We knew we had a lot of developing to do with him with his contact and vision and discipline. So we really want to slowly bring that along. He's only 18 years old, and we really want to be able to tap into the massive power numbers. Ariel Amador, he did not do well at AAA either, and neither did Fernando Barrios. I can't show you their numbers right now because, again, they're not at AAA. But these guys are young. Ariel Amador just broke 60, so we'll see him at AA next year. We'll see how well he can perform. And Tom Felsh, we got in a trade from the Angels. We sent them Martin Maldonado after that last episode. I was looking to move our backup catcher, and the Angels needed a starting catcher, and Maldonado was better than both of their catchers. So we picked up this guy who is C potential, 20 years old, and a first baseman. Maybe can compete with what's his name? Michael Chavez as the top prospect, or I'm sorry, Michael Toglia as the top catching prospect or first base prospect in our system, but we will see. We'll have to address that in the near future as well. Matthew Thompson lost some potential because he's continued to struggle at AA. Well, I'm going to try to push him to AAA next year, and it's going to be sink or swim time for him because he's just got to pick it up. So we sent him to AAA tail end of the season, and he did not do well there. Our reclamation project, Humberto Mejia, he had a pretty good season at AAA. We might keep him around for one more year, put him on the 40-man roster. Ryan Rollison was okay. Noah Song was great at AAA. JT Ginn, who we got from the Mets, he had a decent little bit of time with us in AAA. I was very impressed with Nick Neidert all season. He actually got a potential bump from the computer. Strikeouts per 9 numbers could be a little bit better, but performed really well. Could be pushing for, I think, a bullpen role and a long relief role next year is possible. Peter Lambert also pitched pretty well. He is out of options, so we will have to make some decisions with him this coming off season. Jose Mujica took pretty well to a full-time relief role, so I'm happy about that. Julian Fernandez, the flamethrower, did not perform well. Probably going to let him go in this off-season. Jesus Tinoco, he pitched pretty well, so probably going to keep him around. And then, of course, Tony Losi, though he struggled in his short, brief time in the majors, still had a dominant season at AAA, so we will be hoping to get him into our bullpen next season. Down at AA, Howard Fagan, one of our draft picks from last year, he had a decent season at AA. Definitely has some things to work on. Would like to see the Ks per 9 number increase a little bit, as well as that hits per 9. But overall, I'd have to say pretty decent season. Chris McMahon, I'd love to get him into AAA. I don't like that I have to keep using him down in AA because he's obviously too good for AA. But just no rotation spots. We'll make sure there's a rotation spot for him next year because he's just been very good down here. And then Derek Mullins and Halkris Oliveras both had decent seasons down here. Not too much to speak of in the bullpen. These guys are all mostly organizational films. So that is the recap of our minor league season. Now we are a couple weeks from the end of the season. Let us sim to the end. I believe we should make the playoffs. So AAA didn't make the playoffs. AA didn't make the playoffs. Okay. No. So we should make the playoffs. Uh-oh. Jordan Sheffield with a 2-month injury. So we are going to have to find somebody from our bullpen to call up here. I guess I'll see who's not in the majors right now. I do have a spot on my 40-man roster. So what I might do is, you know what? I have Nick Neidert up. Oh, by the way, I failed to mention as I was going through all those prospects, I did call Hunter Green up to the majors. He's been pitching in our bullpen. We will cover that shortly. So let's call up. Let's just call up Nick Neidert and call it a day. And what I can do is I've been pitching Ryan Castellani in a yeah, that should be sufficient. Yeah, okay, so we'll start submitting from there. Ryan Castellani's got a little bit better of strikeout per 9 numbers, so we'll probably want him more of a middle relief role. So 91 and 71 should be playoffs. Yes, we're taking on the Giants in the wild card round. So let me. Oh, I sent a couple of guys down automatically instead of asking me who I would prefer. Well, Hunter Green is the one guy I wanted to send down, so that is fine there. How did he finish the regular season? Let's go through and look at how some of our guys finished regular season. Brendan Nimmo really picked it up as the season went on. He actually flourished in that leadoff role. I'll probably leave him there because he did so well. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. Brendan Rodgers, he finished the season hot. I think he's up to an 85 potential now. The game was pretty aggressive with raising his potential, so that's happy. Trevor Larnach, I actually gave a manual potential bump just because he played so well, but it didn't really seem like the game agreed, but I know he played quite well. Jorge Soler cooled off at the end of the season, but really strong first season for us. Michael Chavez, another good season for us. Patrick Wisdom finished the season on fire, and my goodness, I think Game had him up to like a 76 potential. I think I pushed him one more just because this was an insane season for him. He went from being a short-term piece to being part of our at least near-term future. So like to see that. Ryan Velarde, he had a phenomenal season after getting called up. Really happy to see that. He not great, but again, he was more of a transition catcher. And then Jazz Chisholm, I mean, he was not doing super great. I mean, his power numbers were good, but his average was like in the 220s when we acquired him from the Marlins, all the way up to 267. And the slugging all the way up to 530. That's just crazy. So Colton Welker, he did pretty decent in a platoon role against lefties. Corey Ray, he finished the season with pretty decent numbers, so he's going to be a pretty decent bench bat for us in the future. And the computer called up Travis Blankenhorn. No, that's definitely not going to happen. So we have to figure out who they sent down to change around. And they also, Gabriel Moreno? No. The game does things. I'd rather have, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Who else did they? I think Isan Diaz was another guy. And I think that would be it. So let's go back to the lineup. So, and then the last guy I talk about is Isan Diaz, who did not have a great year. I still think I want to bring him back because I was kind of pleased with how he played at AAA. So, and I like having a left-handed bat around. Those batting numbers, I think, will play for us in the near future, but we'll also see what's available on the free agent market. Let's take a look at our pitching. Sonny Gray did settle down near the end a little bit. The ERA, not too pretty to end the season. Neither is the FIP. Those walk numbers weren't great. Home run per 9, that is typical Coors for you, but those walk numbers weren't great, and you're going to get yourself in trouble doing that. In Coors Field, Tariq Skubal was fantastic. I really was happy with that. Acquisition, Corbin Barnes was not so good. And after we acquired him, which is frustrating, but he has a very good track record. We're going to sign him to a massive extension in this offseason because I just trust his overall and his ability. Christian Javier, I would say a decent season. The FIP does not tell a great story. His Ks per 9 slipped a little bit. So Still hoping we can get more out of him. Jordan Belazovic, I think in the end the numbers don't look super pretty, but I am happy with his first full season in the majors. Yohan Ibar, he struggled a little bit. Well, I mean, not too bad. What was his FIP? Yeah, that's FIP. Giving up a little too many home runs. I can live with a base on balls if he's not giving up the home runs. Nick Neidert was just okay in a little bit of time. Justin Lawrence kind of struggled in the second half of the season, but with a good season last year, he gets a little bit longer release. He'll be one of the leaders for the bullpen next year. Yency Almonte eventually got called up, and he had a pretty good year. He'll be back for another year next year. Ryan Castellani, I was very happy with in that long relief role. Tony Losi got called back up. We're going to end up sending him back down. Wanderson Charles, another phenomenal season. Eventually took up the setup role after we traded Robinson Stevenson. And Enyel De Los Santos, he got a potential bump. He 25 saves and 24 holds. Very, very good season. So, let's see. I am not going to want Tony Losi up. Lucas Gilbreth, I'm going to want another lefty in the bullpen. And let's see, Lucas Gilbreth, he had a decent season, although the FIP was not super pretty. So, Sonny Gray is not going to be starting the game. I am trying to deceive the wildcard game. I think I'm going to give the nod to Tariq Skubal just because of how good he was. And I think I am going to take you guys through this by at least quick managing this game. And then we will go from there with simulating. I'm just going to keep my lineups and everything the same. So, all right, first inning. Uh-oh, in a little bit of trouble already. Not a good start. So, okay. So, not a good start here. One run at the top of the inning. Skubal settles in, gets 3 up, 3 down. Oh, Patrick Wisdom. Oh, Patrick Wisdom just playing lights out this season. You'll love to see it. Tariq Skubal. Miguel Rojas hits lefties well, so does Austin Slater. That top of the order is going to be problems for us. Can I get through this? Oh, Mike Jastrzemski, he hits lefties well. Oh, got out of it. Beautiful. Okay. Wow, we are cruising right now. Trouble on base. Okay, top of the order. Can we get through this? Ooh, those two top guys, those are the ones we're having trouble with. Oh, Mejia with a bomb. Steal second base now. Okay, gotta keep a close eye on Skubal. His energy's getting pretty low. Can I get one more run here?
Now pitching for the Giants.
Wisdom's having a great game. All right, keep an eye on. Ooh, okay, we'll see. Can he get the lefty? What is... He actually doesn't hit lefties as well, so we'll give him one more batter. Ooh, caught stealing. Nice. Okay, all right, so we're going to get out of there. We are in the 8th inning. We want to go to our setup guy. Ooh, 3 righties in a row. That is a perfect situation for Wanderson Charles. So, ooh, gives up a leadoff double. We don't like that. Got to fly out. Austin Slater now. Oof. Wanderson Charles, what are you doing, dude? So good in the setup role all year. Okay, I gotta get him out of there. Lawrence, get a strikeout. Man, what was that? Pretty frustrated by that. So, oh, my bullpen's gonna let me down, aren't they? Ooh, got out of that somehow. I'm going to try to steal. Oh. With Patrick Wisdom at the plate, I'm going to swing away. All right, now I'll steal. Yeah, Wisdom's been so hot. I got to get him out of there now.
Number 67.
Yo, okay, so we probably want to go Yohan Ibar with the 3 lefties coming up here. Okay, can we get a run here? Nope. So Ibar doesn't have a whole lot. Yeah, he's got 5. Okay, I'm gonna try to go with Ryan Castellani right now. Probably get 2 innings out of him if I could. Oh, or not. Or not. Oh, we are in trouble, guys. Bullpen. right, there you go. Oh, you bet your ass we're getting aggressive. Oh, no. Ah, Chavez stole a base earlier. I thought I would try it again. Oh, Wisdom got a hit. Come on, Vlade. Ah, no. Oh, man. That was disappointing, guys. That was really disappointing. Oh, man. I did not expect Wanderson Charles to get hit like that, but so be it. So we lost our wild card game. Unfortunately, the White Sox took down Toronto, but they are now down 2-0 to the Yankees. Please don't put the Yankees in the ALCS again. And the Angels are tied with Cleveland 1-1. Mets and Milwaukee tied 1-1, and San Francisco and the Dodgers tied 1-1. So looks like some pretty good playoff series. Okay, the Yankees ended up sweeping the Sox, and Cleveland took the series in 5 over the Angels. Mets beat Milwaukee in 5, and the Giants took down the Dodgers in 4. So let's go to another week here. The Yankees. Oh, we got a little Subway Series action. Okay, this is the only way I'll accept the Yankees in the World Series if they're playing the Mets, because that'll at least be a little bit entertaining. So, Yankees took down Cleveland in 5, and the Mets took down the Giants in 6. So, let us go and take a look to the start of this series, and we've got DeGrom versus Montgomery. That should be advantage Mets. Oh, DeGrom got messed up. This game, this game is broken, guys. No way DeGrom gives up 5 earned runs in a World Series start. There's just no way. 4 walks? No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Syndergaard versus Paddock. Okay, that is a victory for the Mets. Stroman and Dunning. That is a victory for the Yankees. DeGrom back again, and Antoine Kelly. This should be a... What? The Yankees beat DeGrom twice? Wow. Walker versus Markavicius. Okay, we're going to Game 6. Syndergaard versus Paddock. Oh, there's no way. There is no way the Yankees are going to beat DeGrom 3 times. No way. What? Yo, this game is so broken. There is no way the Yankees beat DeGrom 3 times in the World Series. No way. Well, there you have it. The Yankees are your 2023 World Series champions. Let's go take a look at... Oh, look at that. Ryan Vlade won Rookie of the Year. Very good job for him. So, all right, let's look at MVP Chris Sale in the National League, playing for the Pirates for some reason, but okay. That is fine. Over Max Muncy, who probably should have won over Chris Sale, but okay, whatever you're saying. Rafael Devers. Again, Xander Bogaerts is getting screwed over here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Xander Bogaerts 2 straight years got screwed over by Rafael Devers. I don't get that. Zach Plesac, if he only pitched this well in real life, I would be dominating my fantasy baseball league because he's on my team, but okay. And then, of course, Chris Sale won here. Batting title, Alec Boehm. I could really use that in fantasy too, bruh. Dynasty League, I have him, and he's not playing super well this year. But that's a really good year for him. And then Mike Trout, 335. Mike Trout is a machine, I tell you. 720. Dude, Mike Trout should have won MVP. What is going on here? Like, seriously? Holy crap. 728 slugging. That's insane. Wow. Well, there you have it. That is going to be the end of this episode. I'm trying to decide if I want to do the off season again in an episode, or if I just want to do a recap once we get to spring training. I don't know. I'll make a decision. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. And in the meantime, in between time, hope you all have a good night. Peace out.